These are 3 poems to commemorate the centenary of the start of World War One. The first is Looking Back to Arizona 1917. I am looking back over my life to a time when I was carefree, young, I galloped, I was frisky, in the meadow in the Arizona sun. I was pampered, given fresh oats by my boy. He rode me, fed me, groomed me, so long ago, it seems to me now. He grew tall, went into his teens, a young man, privileged, like me. Those days would never end, but they did. People looked sad, cried, talked of coming war. My boy went to fight, they said. Fight? Why? I could see no war here in Arizona in the sun. Then they came for me, took me away, put me on a train with very many other horses, donkeys and mules. It was a long journey, no comforts, no special oats. Onto a ship over the ocean, so far away to a land of mud and stench and death. Of fields with no grass, full of trenches. I became ill, nearly died. Others did all around me. Dead men, dead horses, dead donkeys, dead mules. Death all around. I was laden with wood, with barbed wire, with food, with ammo, with dying men. I rolled in mud, slipped in trenches, got stuck. The Arizona sun had died. I was in hell. Many got shot. We were targets, so easy. Then, me too. I was hit. I lie here, and I will die with 1 million others. But why? The red poppy. The poppy is red like the blood of the fallen dead. The fields that had once been green with death were made obscene. The land barren and disturbed had not yet to life returned. When the trees were blasted away and the land turned muddy and grey, nothing grew there at all. Where those brave men did fall, then at last life returned to those fields, and to destruction did nature yield. The first thing to return and take hold was the bright red poppy, so bold in Flanders fields and the rest it became a symbol to be blessed. Masses of poppies did thrive, and hope of life's renewal did arrive. The poppy that set the landscape ablaze lived through the years and the days, eternally highlighting the sacrifice of those brave men who chose to fight against an aggressor for freedom, and their courage will act as an eternal beacon. 100 years ago started the terrible war, and we swore that never more would wars be allowed at all, and never again would the young fall. So many times we have failed, and another conflict has been unveiled, causing death and destruction with pain, and evil has been allowed to reign. We must one day be able to say amen. War will never happen again until that day arrives. Our hope will surely survive when we see the red poppy again, worn proudly by women and men. So red is the colour of the blood spilt on the ground, and for eternity it will in our souls be found. When we look on the poppy once more, and everlasting peace does arrive at our door. In my life I have been blessed. In my life I have been blessed. Even though friends have died young and been laid to their rest and my head has hung with grief and sorrow, my generation has always had a tomorrow. In 1914, a whole generation of men faced obliteration again and again, and many not only saw their friends lost, but they saw them die, and at what cost. Brothers and cousins died together, rendering families apart, destroying communities that would never recover their soul and heart. In this terrible bloody war, which left the world heartbroken and sore, this war which destroyed so many alive was for Germany's greed and strife, causing so much tragedy and lost pride and devastation that was vast and wide. The world promised that it had learned its lesson well. Never more would man look back on a generation that fell. That promise was not carried through, and we must in all verity and truth honour and remember those who gave up their lives in their youth. They lay in their graveyard so vast, and sad, their memory will forevermore last. We must strive so that mankind will, in future, stop fighting each other and will no more kill those that they should see as sister and brother. War is with us around the globe, but with peace the world we should enrobe. The destruction of World War I, 100 years later, does still us stun.